I was talking to a friend of mine the other day who's DJing a charity event. The charity didn't have a lot of money, but he wanted to be a cool guy, help out the charity, so he's going ahead and doing it at a discounted price. But the problem he's running into is a problem that I've ran into in the past with anybody who needs a discount, be it a charity or a wedding or a school, whatever. They're not afraid to ask for a discount. And we try to be cool guys, so we give it when we can. But then on top of that, these people have the balls to keep asking for extras. And what do I mean by extras? Maybe they'll call after the agreement's been made and they want an early setup. Or they want you to set up in one spot and then move to another. Or they're bringing in a band too and they want you to run sound for the band. Who knows what it is? A lot of you have ran into this before. And the problem is when you run into people with this type of personality, they'll keep asking for things until you stop them from asking for things. They will ask for the world, and if you give it to them, they won't think twice about it. They won't think about taking from you at all. They have no moral issues or anything else, just taking from us. There's only 3 different ways that I can think of to shut these people up. One way is to flat out just look them in the eye and say, no way. But then sometimes you're not comfortable with that, especially with a charity. You feel like a big jerk. And maybe you think they look at you like a big jerk, so maybe you don't want to do that. I don't always want to do that. The other thing you can do is just say, look, I can do it for you, but the thing is that it's going to cost you X amount of dollars. There's 2 problems with that. Number 1, we already know they don't have a lot of money, or they say they don't have a lot of money because you've already discounted the job for them. And then the other problem is, let's say you normally charge $1,000, you discount it to $700, but you got to charge $300 for the additional service. They're just back up to regular price and you're still doing more work than you should. You got a bad attitude about it because they basically lied to you about not having the cash, and it's just a bad situation sometimes. There is a third option that I want to talk about today, so check it out. So if you are a kid or you have kids, you can say this. They'll ask for stuff until you tell them no sometimes. If your kid wants a new PlayStation, you might say no, or you might just say, hey, you know what, fine, I'll get you a new PlayStation, but I need something from you first. I need you to get straight A's and B's for the next 2 semesters in school. I also need the lawn mowed every Friday. Every other Friday, I need you to mow and edge the lawn, and I need it watered every other day. I also need you to clean and dust your room every Friday and do your laundry every Saturday, and while you're at it, I need the living room dusted and cleaned every Saturday too. Chances are your kid's not going to do any of this stuff. So you didn't have to say no. And if your kid does this stuff, hey, maybe it's worth the PlayStation, right? Well, the clients are the same way. Sometimes, if they have to do something to get something, they won't do it. Even if it's not money, even if it's just work. So this is what you could do. Let's say your client wants you to move from one end of the room to the next between dinner and dancing. You can say, sure, no problem. But this is what I need from you. I need you to arrange for 2 employees of the facility to assist me. Now, we can't use your friends or guests for insurance purposes. They have to be employees of the facility. This might cost you money. I'm going to need a 5-foot wide path from wherever I'm initially set up to the new setup destination. I'm also going to need 2 20-amp breakers no further than 10 feet away from the setup. You may need to bring an electrician for this. Can you take care of that? That's how I handle things. And you can use that for so many different scenarios. Basically, if they have to do something to get something, they'll stop asking for stuff. Try it next time you find yourself in a weird situation. Say, hey, look, let me call you back. And just think of a laundry list of crap for them to do for you to do whatever they're asking you to do. It works. Practice and enjoy.